can we start?
Hi Manish, how are you?
Hi, Bashir. I'm good. Thank you.
Yeah. So actually, I was asking like, yeah, last class video was that uploaded?
Yeah, I got confirmation from Ravi that it was uploaded.
Okay, I haven't checked that. Regarding the Jenkins installation and some
Yes,
queries.
correct. So regarding in our last class, we have done for Jenkins, the setup and all,
Yeah, I remember.
installation,
Yeah.
variable setting.
Okay.
Let me share my screen quickly. Okay, so we are done with the installation or not? So is there any issue on doing installation, setting the paths, having the local host? Because there was like last time we were doing with Mukesh system, right? And then he was facing this port issue 8080. Then I believe with 9090 port it started working. And then there was again some issue related to Java version. And then after doing some installation, upgradation and all, it was fixed. So these are the day-to-day life issues that we can face while doing some stuffs. Let's say installing, doing some configuration and all. So based on the error message, we need to take the action. So now,
Manish,
hmm?
I have issue with Java. We have installed Java 21, right?
Yes, Java
So
21.
yeah, so with that version, my MuleSoft is not working. So it is working only with Java 16. So I had uninstalled that.
So your mules are not
So
working?
no, it's working only with 16. So 16.
Okay.
And also not with 17 and 21.
Okay.
So
So why? So you are using old version of MuleSoft?
no, in MuleSoft is the latest only. I'm using 7.15. So
See.
sorry, 7.14.
Then why it is not supporting the latest Java? So that is again that I'm trying to understand. Because if you're using
Hmm.
latest
Yes,
MuleSoft,
it
so it
should
should work on.
support, but I also don't know why. I
So you like
tried, but
your Jenkins is working. Now you're saying with latest Java, your MuleSoft
hmm.
started stopping, you can say.
Yes.
If you click here, so what we can do, hmm,
Others are working with MuleSoft or not? Installation Java.
now like we need to do some analysis on compatibility of, let's say,
Hmm.
MuleSoft, Jenkins, and Java. So there will be some
Yes.
version where all three will be working fine.
Hmm.
Maybe you need to
Yes.
install some lower version of Jenkins, and then with the lower
Okay.
version of Java, it will start working, and there will be no
Hmm.
impact on MuleSoft. So these are the thing. Like these are your software and local system specific requirement, right? Dependency, you can say.
Yes. Hmm.
Hardware is fine, I believe. Okay, then. So you need to do some
Hmm.
analysis, Mukesh, on this because right now I also need to check right from documentation itself.
Yes.
Like what is the supported version
Yes.
for MuleSoft and all. Okay.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
anyone tried with same like if anyone is working on MuleSoft as well and seen same issues? No. Okay, fine. for Windows 2.4. Okay, fine. And then yeah, so tell you one thing. So as we have this Jenkins setup done, okay. Now next part is we need to create a pipeline, and then we want to see the integration between Jenkins and let's say our source code management. Here we are using Azure DevOps. So what we want, let's say we have this repo and branch, right? Now in Azure DevOps, if we are using Azure DevOps pipeline, then everything is present under Azure DevOps Cloud, right? So when you are creating a pipeline, you are getting option to select the repository and branch, right? So by that, automatically the checkout is happening just with the YAML command, and everything is working fine, right? You're able to have the connection. Now, as I said, Jenkins is used for CICD, same like Azure pipeline. Okay, all features are same. Only thing is we are not using Azure DevOps related pipeline. We are trying to use a Jenkins pipeline. You can say jobs or build, whatever you say, all are same. Now, first we need to create a pipeline here, new. There are two type, like mainly these are some extra one based on the requirement it will be required. Okay, but most popular is freestyle project or pipeline. Okay, so if you have something written, some big projects where you want to define multiple steps and all with a script and all like Groovy, so you can directly go with the pipeline. And in freestyle, you will get some option. So UI dependent options. So you can go with freestyle project. So it's based on you. So we can first start with freestyle and then also we'll go for pipeline. We'll try to have this repository in our Jenkins. When we run a build, we want to see, okay, the pipeline is getting triggered and the connection is getting established. These complete repo and branch are getting checked out there in the Jenkins. Then only we can perform some operation based on the requirement. So that is must to have, right? So this is one thing. Or tell you one thing, everyone is Jenkins or not? If there is any question, because right now we will do this in practical way. It's not like only I am doing. So Mukesh, you have uninstalled your Jenkins.
No, Jenkins I didn't uninstall. It's there, but I'm trying to log in, but it's showing that it's username incorrect credential. So I'm not able to log in. So it may be due to the Java version.
Okay. And then Basir and Charan, so you have tried or not? Maybe you will try after class.
My Jenkins is running. We will try after the class. Run focus on listening.
Okay, fine. And then later you can refer the video to do the practical. Okay.
And what is this error right after that bell mark? I am also getting the same thing
Where?
at the top right. Jenkins user. We can yes.
This.
No, before that. Yes. That one.
So this is you can see the plugin installation. So these are the notification that we are getting. You can see warnings have been published for the following conditional component: plain credential plugin, secret file credential is stored unencrypted in rare case. So actually I have added some password, so the warning is showing here. That's why it's just a warning.
Showing same thing. If everyone is getting, it's fine.
Sorry, your voice is not clear, sir. Sorry.
I'm also getting the same error. If it is same for everyone, it's okay. It's totally fine.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. Sometimes it's provide the warnings, but we are using that plugin manager, right? That's why. Okay. There is nothing harm you can say from here. Okay, we have some message. Okay, perfect. And then okay, let's start. Let me create. I will give ADO 5. Okay, go with the freestyle. Okay. So now you can see, I will just save it. In dashboard, when you click to the, so this is the UI for Jenkins. Okay, so this will be for this will be for everyone. So all the pipeline will be mentioned here in home section. You can see I have ADO 1, 2, 3, 4, and currently I've created ADO 5. So once your pipeline is created, you need to open it. Okay, you need to go to the configure. So at the time of creating also, you can give multiple options. There also you can directly select, but I just created and now I want to do some changes in ADO. Okay, now let's say I've just created a pipeline and now let's try to run it. What will happen? You click on build, it's success. There was nothing, right? It's just a plain pipeline. So it was success. Okay. And then if you click on the run, here you will get multiple options. Okay. In console output, you will see the complete log. So whatever steps is getting executed, that will be mentioned here. Changes, if there is any changes, let's say if you're trying to have some file, if you are doing some changes, that changes will be defined here. Okay. Now my goal is to create a connection between this SCM, Azure DevOps. Okay. So here you will get multiple options. Okay. Discard old builds. It means, let's say myself and other multiple guys are using same pipeline at the O5. Okay. Now we have triggered this pipeline at the same time. Let's say I triggered now, after 5 seconds, someone triggered, after 10 seconds, someone triggered, right? So while selecting this option, it will, what it will do, it will disable the, or you can say discard the old run. Okay. The latest run will be considered, other will be cancelled automatically. So it will consider as a duplicate run is happening. So okay, so the new run is the latest one which need to be considered. So it will discard the old one. Now at GitHub project, if we are using any GitHub project, currently I'm using Azure DevOps, right? If someone is using GitHub project, then they can directly provide a URL and then have some connection established here. This project is a parameterized, so we can have some parameterized added, like while running a pipeline, if you want to feed some option, then that we can do. If I give like this boolean, it will say status, let's say anything, I will write add parameter. Here I will say choice parameter, name, right? So here you need to write anything. Let's save this. Now build with parameter. You see? Now to run this pipeline, we are getting some option. So we can make this pipeline parameter as well if you want to feed some input. Okay. So first I have selected as a boolean, right? So that option I am getting here another, just a random one. I provided some name drop down. So there are multiple options present here in parameterize. The same way there are multiple things available, okay, based on the option. So our main aim here is to have connection between Azure DevOps and Jenkins. Okay. So we know that our ADO is Git, okay, working on a Git project. So now here you need to provide a URL. So this is my repo. So this is the way, like this is a known, right? Known thing, how to take a URL to clone. We'll take this URL, okay, and then credential. So this part is clear or not? So remember in our last class, I've explained how to add a credential in Jenkins and how it is getting maintained, like from where we have generated the pat and all. So that is very important because that is a part that is responsible to establish the connection. The simple username password will not work easily. Okay. So ideal process is to use a pat. If I am saying pat, it is like here we have this option, right? Personal access token. Then we have created this pat and then we have utilized that pat in our credential. So which one is this? Yeah, this is the one that I have created. Now branch specifier. So here I want to check out dev branch. Then I need to mention dev instead of master. Okay. So repository browser, I just keep it auto because I'm just choosing the URL and all. There are other options. Okay, based on the record. Let's say big bucket. If I'm using big bucket wave, we can select this and all. GitLab. There are multiple options. Based on the option we need to select. But auto is fine. It will take the required one based on the URL that we are using. Okay. Now what I will do? Okay, let's have build steps. So now what is build steps? Now let's say this, with the help of this part, I will have the connection, right? Let's if I will add this letter. First let's have the connection. Now I will save it. Okay. So connection was established. Now I will try to run. Okay, because I only have this, I have enabled this parameter, right? So that's why it's showing it. I will say build. If I will create here, it will go to log. Yeah, it is success. You can see the checkout is done. Git version is using git fetch. Okay, it's trying to fetch all code from this link, and then we have commit message added hello bad too. So why we have this message? I can explain you. So this is the last commit in my dev file. If I go to history, you can see added hello bad too. So this is the latest commit message, you can say, for my dev branch. That's why it's showing here. Okay. Now if I go to 05, so this is the latest one, right? Okay. Now you can see repository. This repository is checkout. Okay, this is a revision, that commit ID. Okay, dev is the branch, and if you click on workspace, you will see all the content. Let's say hello bat if I want to open. So what happened here is, what I did, I established a connection in between Jenkins pipeline and any dedicated repository and branch. Okay. Once the connection is established, we have a checkout steps, like that is in between that URL only. Okay. Based on that UI, it was everything mentioned. So what that checkout did, it cloned all the code base of this dev branch and then stored in local location of Jenkins. So workspace, so this is Jenkins workspace. Okay. So from here, Azure Cloud to Jenkins local space, it is stored. Okay. So you're getting a point or not? So earlier it was present in Azure DevOps Cloud. Now if I want to utilize Jenkins pipeline and we want to use the code base from Azure DevOps, so we want this code base to be present in Jenkins, right? So that Jenkins operation can be performed. So that connection I have established, and then by doing the checkout after running the pipeline, so it completed all the steps. It cloned everything into the Jenkins local workspace. Okay. And we can see all file is posted in Jenkins local. And from here, now you can utilize these files. Now the operation you can perform. Now, if I talk about, let's say now, if I have some operation to perform, based on that file, you can give a some file path. So you need to write some file here. So let's say some developer is working on some file. Now we need to run that file accordingly. Then based on that runner file, you can pass that file name and it will directly pick, because that file is already checked out to the Jenkins local, and now you will be able to run that file. Okay, so right now I have not developed any file here. So I can give you one small example by just a small code. You can say that by checking the version. Okay. So build steps, execute window bash command. So if you want to explicitly execute anything in this pipeline, that you can do here. Let's say I will not write much code. Let's say Java version. So I want to see the version of the Java that is installed here. Okay. Now I will directly run it. Build. Okay. If you click here, then you need to go to console output. You can see Java version is published. The same way, any operation can be performed there. Whatever script you want to write. So here we have multiple options in Jenkins. Add build steps. You can see Node.js script. If there is any Node.js script, there is a JavaScript that we need to run from our Jenkins. We can directly provide that. If I select Node.js, now you can provide that script, JavaScript script here. Okay. We have multiple other options, and execute shell, provide config files. So lots of things are there based on the requirement, because Jenkins is a generic tool, right? So this support all languages and multiple tools, other integration tools. So for all option is present here. Okay, so this is a basic configuration. I can say the checkout and all by using the freestyle projects. Okay, so you want to do some hands-on till now, then we will go for the pipeline, other pipelines. Or do you have any queries as of now? Please let me know. And also these days in market, what I have seen the trend earlier, Jenkins was very useful, right? And now many clients are moving from Jenkins to inbuilt features. Let's say Azure DevOps is pipeline, having a pipeline, right? It will go from, so they are migrating from Jenkins to Azure pipeline. In AWS also there is a pipeline, they are migrating from Jenkins to AWS. Bitbucket itself, they have in-house pipeline or Bitbucket. So when they are paying for one cloud, so they are trying to utilize all feature available there. It's not like it's completely gone, but I will say now the transition is going on from Jenkins. Okay. Definitely there will be many projects who will use Jenkins, but I'm just telling the latest trend, what I'm saying currently. Okay. So any question on this freestyle project? Also, the audience count is less, I can say, because if someone is not joining the call and then later on, it will be tough, right? Because currently, I have covered lots of basic topic, right? Some are on detail way. The Salesforce part where I thought lots of things was like the Salesforce is very new for you guys, right? So what is required for understanding and all, I explain everything. But if we skip the class, then it will be hard to understand. Even though a small thing, it will be like big, right? The consistency is very important while doing the study. If there is no class, then you can do some homework. Okay, so we have covered some like old topic. You can go through with the old topics, try to understand, dig down. If you want to go on detailed way, you can do some study right around that. You have some basic understanding now. From there, you can go some like go to some detailed understanding, correct? And accordingly, then we can plan for some detailed session and all. As part of this content, we're trying to cover, like give some heads up on the DevOps part, how it looks like, what are the tools and all, how things go, and right. So any question here?
Yeah, we'll do the practice later, Manish. Like you upload the video and we'll see and we'll try to understand and do.
Okay, fine. Okay, now let me. Okay, I will create now pipeline. That was ADO 5, right? I will say ADO 6. I will save it. Right, we have this ADO 6 created. Now for this, I will show you. Other options are same. Okay. The important option that we get here is in pipeline, you will get a Groovy scripting thing. You can directly have your raw script here, Groovy raw script here. Okay. Let's say hello world. So this is the Groovy scripting. I will not say I will cover complete Groovy scripting here. So I have some text file that I will use. Okay. Groovy scripting itself is one complete scripting language. Okay. It's not like you need to be master. It's a basic thing you need to understand and then accordingly it will work. Okay. So here, instead of using the UI in ADO 5, what we did, we have this option, right? We use this option. Here also we can have some option, but here we also have this pipeline script thing using a Groovy. So directly providing a URL and then checkout is happening, correct? Now here we are getting option to write a Groovy script, and based on this script, the step will get executed. Now this piece of line is saying we have a stage. The name of first stage is hello. Okay. In this hello stage, there is a steps mentioned where it will just publish hello world. That's it. Only one thing will be posted in the output. Let's try this. I will save it. I will click on build now. Okay. So we can see hello world is printed. Now our aim is to do the checkout, right? So let me open because I have done something. The simple scripting I done just for this class. Okay. So it will be easy to, I will explain you what was that. Okay. I will not use this sample one now. Let's start with here. Same thing. So this is the default structure. Okay. So first we need to start with the pipeline. So these are the syntax that we need to follow. Agent means the same agent I told here, right? In Azure DevOps pipeline. You remember we were having, when we run a pipeline, the build is getting triggered, right? Now based on that build, if I open it, when some pipeline is triggered, one build is getting triggered, this build, right? So this is getting triggered on some agent. The virtual machine, you can say the virtual machine steps is getting occupied, it getting spinned here because this is everything is happening at cloud level here. Okay. And this Jenkins is installed in my local system. So local machine is getting consumed here. Okay. Now here, if you remember when we are starting with the course, that time I asked you to create a pipeline, and then there was some registered form was submitted from our side to grant some free agent. We have like filled that form where we need to provide our organization name, project name, and then in 2 or 3 days, the free agent was provided to us. Then only our pipeline got successful, right? Earlier it was failing with there was no free agent tagged with your project and all, something like that, right? The same way in Jenkins also we need some agent. So any means and currently I'm using my local system, right? So there is no specific thing required. So that's why it's provided as a any. Okay. There is no specific agent required here. Now environment. So when you are using this environment function, we can provide the URL and branch that we want to check out. So this is repo URL. This you can put anything. Okay. This is just this is not like you need to provide repo URL. This is a naming convention. Anything is small or caps, that's fine. Okay. In this variable, you need to provide that URL. Okay. You need to have one more variable, branch name. You need to provide a branch name. So this is a normal syntax to define any variable. Okay. So these are string variables. So it's simple syntax from Groovy itself. Now I can stages. So this is my checkout stage. Inside this checkout stage, we have a first steps. It's called. So this is a default function, you can say. Okay. This is a piece of code which is provided by Groovy itself. This will not going to change. Okay. They are default function that is used to check out your repository. Okay. Git scm. So this is the class from the libraries. When we install a git, then we used to get it. Okay, by using it, you will be able to check out your branch. Git scm means git source code management. So this is the class mentioned there itself. So we're trying to have that libraries so that we can utilize our URL to do the checkout. Okay, here we need to specify the branch name. So you can see the code here, branch name. This branch name is the variable name from here. So automatically it will take the dev. Okay, reference head. So these are the default location for any branch. Reference heads. So this will be present everywhere when you're trying to define any branch. This is the default location, default path, you can say. After this only you need to provide your branch name. Okay, so this is the default one. Now user remote config. So here you need to provide the URL and then credential. So what is this credential? From the drop down we used to select here, right? Here we have this drop down and we're using this new demo team 2. The same way I'm just having that credential name. So this is my credential ID. This is the ID name. Okay. That ID I have provided here, credential ID. So with these steps, what will happen? The checkout is done. Now we have a second stage, run bash command. Okay. So just for the normal script, just to show you if I want to write some script, so how it will happen. So here I tried to run some bash command. So these are the default syntax to run any stage. You can see that stage, and then steps. Same way, stage, steps, and a script. Correct. Now, why this is script? So I want to execute my bash script. So this is the syntax. If you want to execute any script, so this will be the format. Okay, you need to start with the script function, and then inside that you need to write it. And bat is used for if you want to run any script in bash script in your Windows system, then bat is required. Okay, and for Linux we are using sh shell script. Okay, and here I am just trying to print a version, Java version. That's it. So there are some other steps as well. So we can just go with this for now. Okay, so Java version now complete.
But
Yeah.
Manish, I'd like to ask you, like, this is a Ruby script which you're talking about, right? This one?
No, no, no. This is not a Ruby. Bash command.
Oh, okay.
This is a bash command.
Okay. And why we are using this command just to see the advanced project settings for our calling.
Correct. Yes. So just I want to check the Java version that we have in our system. Just example run, you can say, to just see if any script is getting triggered or not. Just to check that I'm trying to use it. Now let's say if someone has JavaScript thing, then they can go with the JavaScript part, right? Node.js and Node.js. So I'm just giving the example like all type of script are supported in Jenkins with this pipeline build also. So this
Okay,
is
so
just
we
an
can,
example.
yeah, so we can write Python, Ruby, and
Correct. Yes.
Python.
Anything.
Well,
Yes.
every scripting can be supported. Okay,
Yes. Yes.
so
Yes.
but you use Bash command, and previously before this, you made some setting with Node.js, Java. Think what was that for?
Okay, where?
Uh,
Okay,
I think
this one, right?
yeah, yeah.
Okay, no, here I just use execute Windows batch command.
Okay,
There are multiple options I shown here. So I just selected Windows 1. There was also and execute shell. So I selected Windows batch command. There are
okay,
multiple options. I just selected one to just to showcase.
okay.
So in Windows bash command, so this is normal or Windows. So here we directly write Java version and it will show, right? The same way if you use this, we don't need to have any prefix. But for to run the bash, we want this bat. So this is the extension you can say. This is required to run any bash command. Okay. That is based on the language, what language you are trying to use. Okay. In Python, there will be PIP, right? If you want to import some libraries and all. If you want to
Mm.
print, it's simple hello. Just print and hello world, whatever you want to write. There is no based on the indentation, everything is defined. So there is no curly braces and all concept in Python. It's just a space and on indentation. Okay.
Right.
Now just save it. Let's see. I will build now. Okay. Now I will open. I'll go to console output. Java version is here, right? Checkout is also done. Checkout is completed. Okay. In progress and then it is completed. Huh? Okay. Now if you go to the workspace, look, workspace, you will see the checkout is successfully done. Also that script was executed, that bash script. You can see. So same thing we achieved. Whatever we done here, same thing is achieved here as well. So here we have taken use of Groovy scripting. Okay. So this is the you can say fun of using different tool. So every tool has their have multiple feature coming with them, right? So it's like how many times we're exploring it, like on what way we are trying to explore it, how we are referring the documentation, because every 6 months, 3 months they are releasing new things if you're using any tools. Okay. So you're doing so I believe there are no practical right today. So you guys are not doing any practical. Any question? Okay, it will in 1 minute the call will get disconnected.
No question till now, but I like to do the hands-on practice